Hello, welcome to this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona, and hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. College football, week 13, Saturday slate. We got a bunch of games to get to. If you're new to our show or been here before, welcome back or welcome aboard. We do appreciate everybody stopping by. All of our shows brought to you on YouTube by the world's #1 sports betting app, Outlier. You can get a 7-day free trial in the comment section as well as the YouTube channel page. Also, private Discord channel is available as well. If you want to get all of our bets early, unit sizes, all that kind of fun stuff, plus bonus material and bonus bets, feel free to do so on the link in the comment section, YouTube channel page to join our Discord. All right, let's get started. Saturday morning, noon, as normal. We're getting started. We got a lot of big games going on this weekend. We'll get started with one right away. Top 25 matchup. SEC, Mizzou, and Oklahoma. This game down in Norman. Oklahoma, 5.5-point favorite. This line has changed a little bit. Obviously, it's went towards Missouri, actually. Missouri was a 7.5-point favorite earlier in the week when we took this. We do like Mizzou in this particular spot. Oklahoma's defense has been great. I think this is probably going to be lower scoring for a college game anyway, as well. But we do like Mizzou here plus the 7.5. 5.5 does change that, though. 5.5, it would be a stay-away game from us. But if you want to play an alternate line at 7 and a hook, we're with you all day on that one. Missouri plus 2.5 first quarter, 4.5 first half, 7.5 for the game. Next game up, Rutgers, Ohio State. This line has moved about a point as well. Another noon Eastern game. This game at the Shoe. Rutgers coming into town. Rutgers can't stop much of anything. They can run the ball, but it's hard to run on that Ohio State defense. That line at 30.5, we liked. Ohio State minus 6.5 first quarter, 15.5 first half, 30.5 for the game. Next game up, Miami of Florida, Virginia Tech. Well, VTech's biggest news of the week is they hired James Franklin. So we're going to expect Virginia Tech to be pretty solid here in the next couple of years with Franklin. Franklin can recruit and win a lot of games. He just doesn't normally win those big-time games against top 5, top 10 teams. But the man can recruit and the man can coach. We will give him all that. He'll put together a solid staff there. I'm sure Virginia Tech will be stoked as they've got their man going forward. And not only that, he does stay out towards the Northeast where he recruits extremely well as well. That being said here, Miami, we're not really in love with Miami, especially at this number 18.5 and 48.5. No play for us in this one. Slightly lean to VTech plus the 18.5. They're going to have to keep the game lower scoring in order to cover that number. Maybe they can catch Carson Beck throwing some interceptions, but no play for us in that one. Next game up, Louisville and SMU. SMU, this line has went up. This thing was 2.5, even 1.5 at some points this week. Now SMU, a 4-point favorite at home, 49.5 total. This one for us was SMU money line when it was below 3. Now that it's over 4, it'd probably be a stay away game or take it under. SMU money line first quarter, money line first half, and money line for the game. Next game up, Kansas and Iowa State. The alma mater going at it here at home, 3.5-point favorite over KU, 55.5 total. Both teams have been, Iowa State started off great and been disappointing since. Kansas, a little underwhelming. I thought eventually Kansas would get there. Has not happened so far. No play for us in this one either at noon Eastern time frame, but we would lean to the Cyclones laying the 3.5. Minnesota Northwestern, noon Eastern time. Northwestern now up to a 4-point favorite. This was 2.5 a few days ago. A lot of money coming in on that side, at least sharp money. 40.5 total. Do not expect this game to be big scoring, but Northwestern's defense has been extremely stout, and our offense should be able to generate enough points here against Minnesota. Northwestern minus or money line first quarter, money line first half, and laying 2.5 for the game. Next game up, Delaware and Wake Forest. So Wake Forest favored by 17.5 points here. No play for us in this, but they should cover this number. 50.5 total here. If the line was 13.5, we'd have been all over it. I think 17 to 21 is about where the thing finishes. So no play for us in this one, but would lean to Wake Forest in that one. Next game up, this Army line continues to move. It's already up to 10, noon Eastern time frame. Tulsa coming to town, 45.5 total here. Army's been one of those teams earlier in the season. It was fade time. Now they seem to have got some things together. Now, on the other side of the ball here, Tulsa, you don't know what you're going to get. They had that impressive win where they actually beat a big team, and then they've laid down for a lot of others. We do like Army quite a bit in this one. I would get this below 10. We got it at 8.5 earlier in the week, but Army -0.5 first quarter, -4.5 first half, and 8.5 for the game. Next game up, Samford, Texas A&M, noon Eastern time frame. This line is all the way up to 54.5. I can't trust Texas A&M to score 55 points against anybody, so no play for us in this one. If I was going to take anything, it'd be a small play on Samford plus the 54.5 and hope they keep the Aggies decide to sit everybody when they're up 42-0. At 54.5, you're probably going to need a touchdown from them. Next game up, 12:45 Eastern time frame. Georgia, Charlotte. Georgia, 43.5 point favorite. This is another one we stayed away from just because the number was so big. Expect Georgia to win. Expect Georgia to cover. Just too big a number for us to play, but would lean Georgia 43.5. 1 o'clock Eastern time frame. Arizona at home against Baylor, 6.5 point favorite for the Wildcats. They've played better than expected. I honestly expected them to be bottom 1 or 2 teams probably in the Big 12. I will give them credit. They have played better than that. They are favored by 6.5 here, which I think is quite a bit. That 61.5 number, I'd be looking at the total in this one. If we were going to play this, over 61.5 is the way we would go. 1 o'clock Eastern time, James Madison hosting Washington State. This line's went up a little bit. This thing was 13.5, now 14. We really like James Madison at home here. Washington State really hasn't done too much to make you think about them whatsoever. So James Madison for us, -2.5 in the first quarter, 6.5 in the first half, 13.5 for the game. Next game up, Old Dominion on the road, Georgia Southern. Old Dominion at 1 o'clock Eastern time. Old Dominion can play. They continue to be monster favorites, and they are here in this one as well. This line actually came down a little bit. I was kind of surprised. It came down from 11.5 to 10.5. We really liked it at 11.5. Probably going to have to go back and add some more if it gets any lower than 10.5. But we do like Old Dominion in this particular spot. Even though on the road, Georgia Southern's allowed everybody and their grandmother to score a lot. Old Dominion -2.5 first quarter, 6.5 first half, 11.5 for the game. Next game up, Ball State, Toledo, 2 o'clock Eastern time frame. Ball State getting 27.5 on the road. MAC games, yeah, there's some 28-point differences. You don't see it a ton. Ball State struggles to score a lot on the road. They struggle to score at home, let alone on the road. We would lean Toledo, but no play for us in that one on that. Then we come up to Wyoming and Nevada. This line's also moved just a little bit back and forth. Wyoming's favored by 6.5, 40.5 total here. Nevada can struggle to score. Wyoming normally pretty decent at home. We like Wyoming covering the points here. -0.5 first quarter, -3.5 first half, and 6.5 for the game. Next game up, Missouri State, Kennesaw State. This is a game we looked at probably 6-7 times at 2 o'clock Eastern time. And it really is interesting. I really want to play Kennesaw State here. We just cannot pull the trigger at 6.5. 55.5 total. If you want to play it at a money line, I think that's probably the better way to do it. But no play for us. Kennesaw State laying the 6.5. Mercer and Auburn, 2 o'clock Eastern time frame. Auburn favored by 27.5. Want nothing to do with Auburn having to score a minimum of 28 points. Therefore, no play for us. I guess we'd have to lean to Auburn. Eastern Illinois goes to Alabama. Alabama, a 50.5 point favorite. We're staying away from those 50-somethings this week as we're getting to, how many times, are they going to get up 35 and then let the kids upon kids play? Don't know. Don't want no piece of it. Would probably have to lean Alabama, though, in that one. Next game up. Marshall and App State. Apologize about missed that one there. 2:30 Eastern time. Marshall laying 5.5 on the road. App State was god-awful the last couple of weeks. 57.5 total. Would lean to the under here with Marshall and App State, but no play for us. Then we get to the 3 o'clock Eastern. We are on this game. South Florida, UAB. South Florida favored by 21.5. Total 68.5. UAB will score against South Florida, and I promise you South Florida is going to try to put up 50-plus by themselves. Give us the over. Over 13.5 first quarter, 34.5 first half, 68.5 for the game. Next game up, UConn, Florida Atlantic at 3 o'clock Eastern time as well. UConn better team here for sure, but it's a road game. Makes us a little cautious, except when we have to lay a touchdown in order to get a victory here. No play for us here. Do like UConn, though, in this particular matchup. Sam Houston, Middle Tennessee, 3 o'clock Eastern time. When's the last time you saw Middle Tennessee a 6.5 point favorite? Don't recall. No play for us. This line smells a little funky. I know Sam Houston's not that good, but come on, really? 6.5? We'd have to go with Sam Houston plus the points there, but no play for us. Next game up, Louisiana Tech and Liberty. So we've been fading Liberty pretty much all season long, and it's been extremely profitable. They're almost an ATM. I think we've only really got beat 1 week. This game, 3 o'clock Eastern time frame as well. La Tech getting 1.5 at home. You're not going to need it. Money line. La Tech, money line, first quarter, first half, and game. Next game up, New Mexico State and UTEP. UTEP actually laying 3 against somebody. We'll pass. If we had to play it, New Mexico plus the 3 is the way we go there. Then we get to the 3:30 Eastern time frame game, Big Ten matchup, Oregon and USC. Here's the US, and this line is big, 10.5. We got it at 10 a little bit earlier in the week. Here's the reason why the line keeps going Oregon. It's pretty simple. USC can't stop the run. If you saw the Notre Dame game, that's the reason why. If you can get Dante Moore off the spot, that's good. USC can pass rush, but they cannot stop the run whatsoever. I expect the Ducks to have 200-plus yards rushing without blinking too much of an eye. Defensively, they hold down Mavia and the crew. We like Oregon in this spot quite a bit. Oregon minus a half first quarter, 5.5 first half, and 10 for the game. Next game up, Texas hosting Arkansas. Texas 8.5 point favorite at home, 58.5 total. This line actually came down. It was 9.5. I thought it was kind of a steal there. A lot of people still want to fade Texas after the Georgia loss. That's just not a win they're going to get on the road. Texas is a good team. They're not the dominant team we thought they would be this season, but they're still a good football team, and they're more than equipped to beat Arkansas by 10. Texas minus a half first quarter, 5.5 first half, and 9.5 for the game. So that 8.5 looking even better. Also, 3:30 Eastern time frame. Vandy and Kentucky. Vandy at home has been spectacular. On the road, they struggle to score. They're 8.5 point favorite here, 53.5 total. We love Vandy in this spot. It also came down. This thing was 9.5 down to 8.5. Can't believe Kentucky's getting this kind of love. Give us Vandy here in this spot, minus a half first quarter, 4.5 first half, 9.5 for the game. Next game up, Michigan State and Iowa. So every time we've tried to play Iowa so far this season, I'll be honest with you, it really hasn't worked out. I think the line's a little big here. Iowa wins this game. I don't think there's much consideration otherwise, but 17.5 seems a little stout for us in a game that has a total of 42.5. No play for us in this one. We'd have to take Michigan State plus the points, though. 3:30 Eastern time frame. We're in this one. Duke and North Carolina. Duke 6.5 point favorite on the road at Carolina. 51.5 total. I'm shocked this line has not come down yet on the total. We like the under here because UNC can't score against anybody. Duke, UNC under 13.5 first quarter. 27.5 first half. 51.5 for the game. Next game up. Notre Dame, Syracuse, 3:30 Eastern time frame. Notre Dame's been monster favorites, has not really covered these 30-plus points. Now, in the 20s, they've seemed to cover, but 36.5 is a boatload. I know Syracuse is god-awful. You got to – there's no play for us in this one, but it would definitely lean to the Fighting Irish here, laying the 36.5, and just hope they go on offensive roll and keep on going. Next game up, East Carolina, UTSA at 3:30 Eastern time frame. We've been on East Carolina quite a bit. They are better than UTSA offensively and defensively. The total 62.5 here. This is East Carolina for us. Money line's the way we went, though. Money line first quarter, first half, and game for East Carolina. The Pirates, right? Jacksonville, I'm sorry, we missed one. South Alabama and Southern Miss. So we thought we had Southern Miss pegged until last week, and then all of a sudden now our handicap seems to be completely off of them on 3:30 Eastern time. This should be a toss-up game. South Alabama favored by 1.5. Wouldn't be shocked if Southern Miss figures out a way to win, but no play for us in that one either. And then we get to the next game, Jacksonville State, FIU. Once again, Jacksonville State getting no love as their 1.5-point dog against FIU. 56.5 total in this one. We're on Jacksonville State money line here all the way. Money line first quarter, first half, and then Jacksonville State money line for the game. Next game up, Tulane and Temple. So Temple at home can put up some points. The question is, can they stop Tulane? Tulane 9.5-point favorite, 3:45 Eastern time frame, 54.5 total. No play for us in this particular one, but I got a sneaking suspicion Tulane could win that thing by 3 touchdowns. Then we get to the next one, Kansas State, Utah. This line's already moved. This game, 4 o'clock Eastern time frame. Utah's looked really good as of late. 17.5-point favorite. This thing moved from 16.5 to 17.5. We thought it would, but we do love Utah in this spot. I think they win by 3 touchdowns pretty comfortably here. Utah minus 2.5 first quarter, 8.5 first half, and 16.5 for the game. Next game up, 4 o'clock Eastern time frame as well. Michigan laying 14 on the road at Maryland. So I don't think Maryland's going to win this game, but you're going to give me 2 touchdowns for them to keep this thing close. I do like where that is headed. So we're going to take Maryland plus the points here. Maryland plus 3.5 in the first quarter, 7.5 for the first half, and 14 for the game. Next game up, Houston, TCU, also 4 o'clock Eastern time frame. Houston laying 1.5 at home. Man, how TCU has fallen this season after that great start against North Carolina. But we figured out that North Carolina win probably wasn't as good as we thought. Not playing in this one either, but we would lean to Houston laying the 1.5. Oklahoma State and UCF, 4 o'clock Eastern time. UCF laying 13.5 against Okie State. I know Okie State's probably the worst team in the Big 12, but really? 13.5 for UCF? Okay, I guess. No play for us in that one either. Georgia State and Troy. Georgia State getting 10 on the road against Troy. I expect Troy to win this one. I don't know if they cover the 10. They've really struggled to score early, and that's been the problem. So no play for us in that one. Would lean to Troy, though, laying the 10. South Carolina, Coastal Carolina. 4:15 Eastern time frame. This line was 22.5 or 23.5 just a few days ago, now to 24.5. I think South Carolina's offense is going to open it up. They should be able to throw anything they want down the field against Coastal Carolina. Give us the Gamecocks laying 3.5 in the first quarter, 11.5 first half, and 23.5 for the game. Next game up, Furman and Clemson, 4:30 Eastern time frame. Clemson's 41.5-point favorite. I haven't seen them beat anybody by that amount of points, so no play for us in this one. I guess we'd have to lean to Furman plus the 41.5. Next game up, Pittsburgh, Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech at home laying 2.5. Pitt, if this game was we did miss a game. I apologize. We're going to go 5 o'clock Eastern time frame, ULM and Texas State. And Texas State finally getting a little bit more love. That line came out at 18.5. We thought it was light. It's up to 20.5, and it should be. I expect Texas State to win here by 4 touchdowns. Texas State minus 3.5 first quarter, 9.5 first half, 18.5 for the game. Then we get to the 7 o'clock Eastern time frame. Georgia Tech, Pittsburgh. Interesting game here. Pitt has not played extremely well on the road. Georgia Tech has allowed a lot of teams to stay in games that they probably shouldn't. No play for us in this particular one here, but we would lean to Georgia Tech here on this one. Nebraska and Penn State, 7 o'clock Eastern time frame. So Raiola went down, and all of a sudden Nebraska looks a lot better. They're running the ball, time control, or controlling the clock. This line's went down from 9.5 to 7.5. Obviously, Penn State on their backup quarterback as well. We'll take Nebraska plus the points here. Nebraska plus 2.5 first quarter, plus 5.5 first half, and plus 9.5 for the game. Colorado State and Boise State is our next game up at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Boise laying 17.5 against Colorado State. This line was 16.5 a little bit earlier in the week. We do like Boise on the Smurf turf. Boise laying 2.5 first quarter, 8.5 first half, 16.5 for the game. And next game up. Let's see here. We've got New Mexico and Air Force. Air Force getting 3.5 at home. 53.5 total. Seen Air Force play multiple times. Don't really have a play we love in this game, but it would be over 53.5 as Air Force can score, but can't stop anybody defensively. 7:30 Eastern time frame. Tennessee, Florida. This line was 4.5 down to 4. To be really honest, does anybody think that – I know that Florida is going to score some points here because Tennessee's defense has not been that good. But do you think Tennessee can actually get stopped enough? We don't think so. We like the Volunteers here in this one. Give us Tennessee minus a half first quarter, 2.5 first half, 4.5 for the game. Next game up, Illinois and Wisconsin, 7:30 Eastern time frame. This game at Camp Randall should be an interesting one, to say the least. If you like low scoring, not much fun football. Old school Big Ten, Illinois favored by 8.5 here. They should be able to score more points than Wisconsin. The question is, they're going to win by 10, which is basically what this thing consists of. You know, I don't know in this one. No play for us. And to be really honest, that Illinois money line is the only thing that makes sense, but way too juicy to play that. 7:30 Eastern time frame, North Texas and Rice. We like North Texas a bunch in this one, folks. Ain't going to lie. North Texas has scored points. They've actually played better defense than I've seen them play in the last few years as well. Give us North Texas minus 2.5 first quarter, 8.5 first half, and 17.5 for the game. Next game up, 7:30 Eastern time frame. Stanford at home against Cal. 3.5 points they're getting at home. 47.5 total. Cal can struggle to score. Stanford's definitely going to struggle to score. Major time rivalry game. So we're going to put the 3.5 in our pocket with the home team here. Stanford plus a half first quarter, 2.5 first half, 3.5 for the game. Next game up. As we're flying through this Saturday schedule, I'm telling you, we're almost finished up. Can you believe it? We might actually get this done under a half hour for all. We're trying to run through this as quickly as possible to get you guys on to everything here. So let's get to it. We've got, let's see, Western Kentucky and LSU. LSU should be able to win here pretty handily. The line, though, 21.5 makes it a little bit concerning. 50.5 here. We like LSU to win this thing. Maybe they cover that 21.5. If you can get it under 21, you should be in good shape there, but might have to sweat it out to get home. Next game up, 8 o'clock Eastern time frame. BYU at Cincinnati. BYU laying 3 now all of a sudden. Yeah, we got this earlier when it was at 1.5, 2.5, and took money line here. We like BYU. The only game they disappointed was on the road game at Texas Tech, and Tech is just better. BYU money line, first quarter, first half, and game. Next game up, Arizona State and Colorado. Arizona State laying 7 on the road. They have struggled to score touchdowns. Colorado at 7 at home. We'd probably take Colorado here, but no play for us in this one. Next game up, Washington laying 10.5 at UCLA. So UCLA had 2 good weeks. They beat Penn State and Michigan State, and that was about it. 10:30 Eastern time frame on this one. No play for us in this one either. Would have to lean to Washington laying the 10.5. Then we've got 2 more 10:30 games. Utah State, Fresno State. Not a lot to love here in this game. Utah State, though, is getting 2.5 on the road. 51.5 is the total. Look at the over there if you have to have a play. No play for us in that one, though. Then we get to San Diego State and San Jose State. San Diego State has been solid. They have been covering like what they're doing here. We like San Diego State. This line's went from 11.5 to 12.5, but still like the 12.5. Minus 2.5 first quarter, 6.5 first half, and 11.5 for the game. That's a rundown of college football week 13 Saturday schedule for you. If you like the content you're seeing here, share it with a friend, like, subscribe, turn notifications on, throw a comment down there. We appreciate all those, whether it's my show or anybody else's. You always show a little bit of love to the creators is always appreciated. All of our shows here on YouTube brought to you by Outlier, the world's #1 sports betting app. If you want great bet ideas, stuff that hits at 60, 70, 80, 90%, if you want to know where the money's coming down the books, if you want to odd shop for the best possible odds for the bets you're looking at making with the books you're signed up with, you can make all those bets from one spot at Outlier. Make sure you check out the 7-day free trial. If you don't like it after a week, cancel. But at least try it out. Make sure if it's your cup of tea or not. And then also the Discord channel available for all of you out there in the comments section, YouTube channel page as well. You can get all of our bets early. In fact, for college football, they had everything on Monday. And you guys are getting this late Friday night. So make sure you check out the Discord. It's well worth your time and investment. You get all of our bets, all of our unit sizes, all that kind of fun stuff you can do in one place, all in that Discord channel. We appreciate everybody that joins up. We look forward to seeing you on our next episode. Everybody have a great college football week 13.